Good afternoon, Jules here from Joolsedesigns and Tatty Creations, and a very, very wet dark cypress. So this is back to basics. So what we're going to be doing today is belly bands. So some of you will know what a belly band is, some of you won't know what a belly band is. A belly band is a strip of paper, card, material, lace that's either stuck, glued or stitched at the top and the bottom, or it can go across the way. I haven't done one across, so it can go from there to there for you to slip things in. So they're ideal for putting journal cards in, little envelopes. And this is one that I did just out of, it was a flight ticket, you know, they're boarding cards, and I folded it over and made little pockets. I actually stitched them, and these are just little bits of, well, you can see, of packaging that I've covered on the front, and they just slip in there. And I've used washi tape and bits and pieces. This is a piece of German Bible that I got, and I just added some little tags from the Tim Holtz. I can't remember what they call it. It's a Tim Holtz die, and it's got like it's got this little penny pocket in, and lots of other little goodies. So this is what we're going to do. So this is in the, we're working on this one. So the last one we did on this was the hinged flap. And we've got, I still haven't found a decent coloured tag for that. So I've got a belly band here. Now this is a freebie on my Ko-fi site. And it's the template, and there are some papers. I do have a video, and I will link that video underneath how I made these, because you can put the pockets that way and have them. I actually stenciled this. And this one I used just some scrapbook paper and did it with the rose. So I thought this one looked nice in this journal. But before I put that one in, what I am going to do is make one. Now this is card, and as you can see, it's a bit scrappy. It's one of the ones that I used when I was doing my eco cards, and the plants were a little bit lumpy bumpy, so they've created little lumpy bumpy bits in, but I quite like it. It's probably about 160 GSM. I'm not sure what that is in pounds. It's probably about £60, something like that. So what I'm going to do is, I don't want it as wide as that, because it's going in. This is a TN journal size, so that's, you could put it in that one, but I want more of a slim line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little side pocket like what I did with the other one. So I'm just folding that over. No measurements. I will give you the measurements if you want. So that is 7.5 centimetres, 3 inches, and it'll be about 20, I think it's a full size, so it'll be about 21, so that was 15, yeah, it's 21, which is 8 inches and something. In America and USA, we use A4 paper. I think the letter size in America's just similar, but I can't remember the measurements offhand. So this is, because this is made with digitals, I am going to cover this with digitals. And I'm going to use I'm just looking for a more muted. Right. So I'm going to open that. I don't need it on that flap, but I do need it on here. And I'm just going to mark it with a pencil and trim it. Go in here. It doesn't matter if it doesn't go down to the crease, it does. But what I did was I cut the full 3 inches, so I've got the little piece that will go on there as well. So the gluing and the sticking I will speed up. I'm just going to get the middle from there. Because I'm making two pockets, so I've glued a little bit there, I've glued a bit there, and I've glued a bit there. So we've got 2 pockets here, so we'll make 2. I might have 2 little tags that I can put in. If not, it's fine. Now, what I do have is a little dragonfly. It's the only punch I've brought with me, so I'm going to just, I should have done this before I stuck it down. So there you are, we've got like a little dragonfly. Not that it's going to make much difference here, but what I'll do is I'll try and do it on this edge. Get it so it looks like a lacy-ish pattern. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the punch to half the dragonfly. Take the punch to half the dragonfly. Again, and that gives you the measurement of getting sort of like an equal spacing. If you're not quite sure where to do the spacing, practice on a bit of paper, because you could overlap it, because you can do this with flowers. And again, take it to half, that's sort of like half the dragonfly, and press it down. There's lots you can do with punches. So again, what I'll do is I'll just ink over the top of these. I'm just going to move these out the way, otherwise I'm going to have little bits of dragonflies all over. I think they're a little bit tiny to do anything with, but you can use them as confetti. I sometimes save bits like that, and when it's my grandkids' birthdays, I just shove a handful in the birthday card. The mums aren't very pleased, but they think it's funny. So we've got that one, And I don't have another one of them, but I do have a rail card which is similar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this just in a straight line. And I'm just going to fold this slightly over and stick it down. I am going to use Fabri-Tac on this, with it being slightly glossy. If you're using glossy cards and things like that, sometimes Fabri-Tac is the way to go. I use Fabri-Tac and I also use Collal, which to me they're both the same. They're both acetone based. So you can see it's opening. So all I do there is I just put a couple of these clips on, and it just keeps it down. So we're just going to put this out of the way while we decorate these. And again, the other one I used book pages. This one I'm going to use digital. I think we'll go with this one. Yeah, I think we'll go with that end. And again, I'm using Fabri-Tac. I mean, if you wanted, if you don't have Fabri-Tac and you're just worried about glossy paper, you can go over it with an emery board and just take the top off. Sometimes if you put a bit of gesso on it, if you have gesso, bit of acrylic paint. I'm going to, the one punch I did bring is my corner round it, and it doesn't like paper that's got glue on it. Plus I've had this for years, so it could be, sometimes it works like that and jumps. So we've got a nice round tag. On this one, but I cut it with my thinning scissors. You can get them quite cheap on Amazon and that, and it gives you that stamped effect. So I might as well just keep using Fabri-Tac. On there. I'm not sticking it totally down because I think I might want, nope, oh, that's insects entomology. Nope, I'm going to go with this one, the one that I looked at first. You can have a little butterfly stuck out, and there we are. I'll take that little corner off. So we've got that one. I need to glue that bit down at the bottom there. This one, no, I've not used the B ticket. What's upside down? Right, I'm going to have that hanging up. And down there, and I'll just put that one over. And I think we'll have the study of entomology or something there. Only reason I brought that in, I thought it was another ticket, but it's not. I'll put that there. Alright, so we'll just move those over there and then out the way. And we'll put that in there. And I'm going to stick this back down. Now, one of the things I am going to do is I'm going to put a little a small grommet in there. Now I will turn the sound off on this. Normally I would use a grommet. Normally I would use a crocodile. However, the crocodile's too big for me to bring with me on holiday, so I have an eyelet setter. Now these are cheaper than crocodiles, however they are a bit messy. So I'll go over them with you. So you have, let me get this back out the way. So you have this, and these screw in. So you have like the actual grommet setters, and you have the hole punches. So you can see that's a tiny, tiny one. That's a medium one, and that's a large one. So it's a medium one I want. So all I do is I screw that in, and you usually get a hammer with it, but I don't know what I've done with my hammer, so I had to buy one while I was on holiday. And all you do is you just stick that on there and give it a hammer, and as you can see, oops, that's made the hole. You put your grommet in, and then you've got the one with the little bulb. Just wondering if I would be better. No, I'm using the medium one again, so I put the medium one, and it's got like a little bobble, and you just put the bobble, you put the grommet upside down, put the bobble in the grommet, and you give it a good hit, and there you are, you've set. So you've got that one on that side, that's what you do want, and then what it's done is the bobble's gone in, and like forced the metal to go round. If it breaks or anything, you can always tap, just give it a wee tap. And then what I did, I had some thread, and I put some thread through here. Now I am going to tie it in a knot because I'm going to put some little labels on here. So I'm just cutting that, put that back. Now we'll find my little labels. Now these are the ones I was cutting from the tin bolts, bits and pieces, and I quite like them, so I think we'll have the red one on there. And what I did with the others, because I thinned the string out, I glued it up together like that. So that's what I'm going to do again. So all I'm doing is putting a tiny bit of fabric tack on the string, and then I'm just holding it. Your fingers do get a little bit gluey, but it rubs off. So there we've got that one, and then we want a little tiny one. We'll put that one on. There's no numbers on that one, that's just a little digital. And again, I'm going to put the fabric tack on this bit. And all I do is I just put it up and then hold it. I mean, if you want, you can use these things to knit them together. And just hold it for a little while. I'm just going to put a little bit of this paper over here. I've got a smaller bit I have. It's just, this is just a little bit of dictionary page, and as the digital is a bit collagey, it won't stand out too much. So I'm just going to move these out. And with an eyelet setter, you get one of these mats. It's a set-in mat. This is making memories, and you can see it's got all holes in where the, you know, where it's punched the hole in. So don't, whatever you do, use your good dining room table or your best bit of furniture, because you'll be upset, because it will. I know, I've done it. As I've said before, but luckily I was able to, it wasn't a good dining table, but it was a piece of furniture that was just as dear to me. So I think I'm going to put that there because I quite like and all I'm doing is I'm just putting a little bit of fabric tack along the two ends. And then I'm sticking it down. Now it is a little bit longer, but I'm not that bothered. If it bothers me too much, I will take it off. I'll just trim it off. But what I'm going to do is I am going to put, these are just sewing pegs, what the latest, instead of using pins. So I'm just putting these on here, and I think I can take these off. I think they're stuck now. And if your string doesn't sit the way you want it. You can put a little bit of fabric tack on there and just hold it, and it'll sit the way you want it. Okay, so that's that belly band. So we'll find something to put in it. So we've got a little stacked tag pocket, so we'll put that in. What else have I got? We've got a little Paris postcard, so we'll put that in. So there, that's looking quite nice. So as I say, that's a freebie on my Ko-fi site. That one you've seen me make. And what I'm going to try and do is find some lace. You find that the older journals, the junk journals, are more up for a bit of lace. So I think what we'll do is we'll put it on. And you can also use lace as pockets as well. If you've got, you know, if you get deep lace, you can do like pockets. So I think what we'll do is we'll do it on this one. But one of the things I am going to do is I'm going to glue it onto some book page first. Now that's the bottom, because that's the scalloped edge, so you don't have to, you can have it, but it's when you're using lace in pockets and things like that, you know, sometimes it catches. So if you just put it on a little bit of book page, it doesn't have to be, you know, the best book page you've got. It can be anything. All it is just allowing you to put things in the pocket. I've put a bit too much glue on this, so I'm just using a dry wipe. Just that's it, dry-ish. So what I'm thinking of doing is putting like a little cluster of something on, because it's going in the old journal. It can be because it's going in the junk journal, we can put some little fancy bits. Do we want a button? What's this? Yeah. Got a white button there. That's a no. Don't like that white button. I think it's mainly hat gems I've got. There's a little. Well, that's a red one. Yeah, I think I'll stick with the red one. So what I'll do is I'll stick this down, but I'm going to put the embroidery anglaise side down so you can see it. And just stick that on there. Oops. Pull that bit out. Put some more. Not everybody likes doing this. I quite like messing about, putting bits and pieces on. And then we'll put that there. And do we want a label? under there. Yep. The sun's coming out, it's getting bright, and I'll just put that under there, and we'll just move that up there a bit. And this, we're going to put it on there on the boot page. Now we're going to put it on the back, yes. And this is thin, this is thin boot page, so you don't want too much heavy stuff on this. And as you can see, it's a little bit too long, which is fine. I'm going to stick it on with put it down. And I think what we'll do is we'll just turn that bit in. And it just makes like a fancy tab. On this side of the page. This one, because it's going into the fold, I am going to cut it off. So there we are, we have a belly band. Now what can we put in the belly band? Yes, we've got some French. Right, so we'll put that, and all that was I made that envelope, and it's just made out of the same paper that's been printed on with the wallpapers. So we'll put that in there, and that looks as if it's coming off a bit, so really you should let it stick first before you start sticking things in it. Just give that a couple of minutes. Have a look at what we've done. All right, so we'll put that in there. That in there. That doesn't actually belong in there, that belongs in there, but I don't like it, so it's coming out. Right, so this is our journal made with junk, book pages and everything, so we've got some nice bits and pieces. It's starting to get a little chunky monkey. That I've not stuck that down, but that I am going to stick that down there. Got that, we've got another policy pocket, we've got our belly band, we've not got anything there, nothing there. We've got our over the page pocket, so that one, when you turn the page, in fact that needs to go elsewhere. That can come off there, that can go in behind there, that can go in there. So there, so we're over the page pocket, and that's, and I've still got to put a pocket in there, so there we are. So we've got our belly band, we've got some other little pages, ledger page, that's the edge there. So we've got our belly band here, we've still got these flaps to deal with. I'm losing me middle. Once it's stitched in, this was the over the page hinged pockets with the little tags in, so I put a couple of them in, and that's just washi tape, and again that's just a butterfly and a tag. So that's what we've got on that one. And this one, what we did today, we can take these off because they're set, is we've got our little belly band here. We've got our flip out at the front. We've got our tag pocket there, and we haven't done anything else in there. So that's covered belly bands. As I say, you can make them out of anything. If you're not quite sure, I would just practice on a bit of paper. I mean, I didn't. I'm not that type of person. I just go in for it, and if I ruin it, then I cry afterwards. But at the end of the day, it's only paper. It's only book page and things like that. If you're wanting to use book page to make your belt band, just a minute. Right, that was my husband bringing a cup of coffee. Right, so if you want to use book page and it's a little bit brittle, just back it with something, back it with another piece of book page or a piece of old scrap page, anything like that. So hope you get something from this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.